Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. We're now in the latter sections of this grade 4. We're making great progress. There are loads of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets in US letter or A4, and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books that I have available. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're in the exam room. So please go to sharonbill.com. There's lots there for you. If you can give me a like, that'd be fab. That'd be really encouraging to me, and please subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And now let's turn in your book to page 45. We're on the general exercises. Here we go. And so we're going to crack on with these. Now I suggest that you use these as a revision tool, because bear in mind this is going to be all of the information that you've covered in grade 1, 2, 3 and 4 accumulative. So it's going to be drawing on all of those grades. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just help you to know where to look back to. So try it without referring back if you can. However, if you're not sure of any information, use this as the tool to help you to look back and refresh your memory. And so I'm going to tell you where to look back. You can have a go on your own once you've researched all the little topics that might need a bit of refreshing. Of course, you can always pop back to the videos that are mentioned relating to those topics, and then you'll be able to just answer each question fully refreshed in your mind with all of the knowledge there. And so it says, look at the following melody and then answer the questions below. So it's asked us to give of the meaning of vivace non troppo. That can be found, the answer can be found in grade 2, section I. So you can look back in your book, or you can look in the PDF document as well. There might be some clues there. That's your performance directions. Most of those will be found at the back of the exam books, the music theory and practice books, sorry. So again, we've got some more Italian here. Now that's a combination of grade 2, section I, and also grade 3, section L. So that's grade 2 and 3 performance directions. We're asked to tick the boxes that describe what kind of time the music in. So it's referring to the time signature here. And you can find that in grade 3, section E. Next question. It says the key of the passage is D major, not G major. So although there's a key signature of F sharps, if you notice we've got C sharps as well. So we've moved key here. So they've given us that. And it's asking us for the technical name of the note that the melody starts on. And so that can be found in this grade, in grade 4, section E. Next question, wherever it appears, circle the leading note. So again, that's another technical name for the notes. So that also is grade 4, section E. Next question, name the triad formed by the first 3 notes in the bar. So this is now referring to grade 4, section G, where we look at triads. So you can pop back in the book, and you can also pop back to the tutorial on my YouTube channel there if you want to look at that. Next question, name the interval that can be found in every bar. So we're looking for a recurring interval. You can find the information about intervals in grade 4, section H. Tick the box that describes what happens in bars 5 and 6. So we're looking, however, I'm just going to give you a bit of a clue. You'll need to look either side of that as well. Just look around it. The answer may not be found exactly there, but you might need to look a little bit earlier. and the answer that you're looking for refers to grade 1, section Q. This is the difference now in grade 4. They don't just spell it out to you. You've got to just look around and just be a little bit more intuitive in the way that you're reading the example of music. Next question, what do you notice about these bars referred to here? So that's just a bit of observational skill there. So pair of glasses, just keep your eyes peeled there. The music above is written for the violin. Name another instrument that belongs to that standard orchestral string family. And so that's just the previous section or so, that's section 4L. And then the last section, last question, copy out the first 3 bars. However, we need to halve the time values, and then you're going to have to rearrange the beaming of the notes to suit that new time signature. And now this is first touched on in grade 2, section B, and then it's also referring to some of the information that was covered in grade 3, section E. So hopefully that's given you enough to go on to now go off and try this. So you probably want to just pause that video or come back to it another time. And now we can crack on and have a go and look at this together. I'm hoping you've had a go of this first of all on your own. And so now we're going to check through those answers. So vivace non troppo, so we're going to have to break this down. So vivace means quickly, quick, or lively. Non troppo is kind of not too much. So I guess overall you're looking at something like not too lively. So long as you've sort of addressed the basic elements of that though, the way that you've structured the sentence is not quite so important, so long as you've got the basic meanings. Con anima, so we're looking at con, which is with, and anima is feeling. There we go. Tick the 2 boxes that describe what kind of music, what kind of time the music is in. So let's look at the time signature. 6/4. So 6/4 is a compound time signature because we are looking at basically a breakdown of that. So we've got compound time signature and it's duple because there are 2 basic beats per bar. That's the answer that we're after. Next question. The key of the passage is in D major, so D is our first or our tonic. Give the technical name of the note of the scale that the melody starts on. So if D is our first, 1, 2, 3, F sharp is the third, and if you remember that's called the mediant. Okie dokie, next question. Wherever it appears, circle the leading note. They very generously reminded us that the key is D major, so if D is the tonic, the leading note is C sharp. And actually, that's really helpful, quick clue, because there's no C sharps in the key signature, we can just quickly find it by looking for these sharp accidentals. And so there's a C sharp and there's a C sharp. Don't think there are any others, no. So that's a nice easy one to find actually. Next question, name the triad formed by the first 3 notes in bar 2. So let's find bar 2. We've got a G, a B and a D. Now bear in mind we're in D major. So let's just think about this. Let's sketch this out. The first, the fourth and the fifth, they are the triads that we're going to be looking for. Yeah, you can see that. So we're in D major. D is the first, G is the fourth, A is the fifth. So D, F sharp A, G, B, D, A, C sharp E are our triads. And we've got a GBD, so we know it's the fourth. There we go. So the triad is the fourth, or we would say the subdominant. There we go, it's a G major triad. What you're after though there. Okay, let's have a look. Name the interval that can be found in every bar. And so we just need a few sort of observational skills here. And so let's have a little glance through. So we've got lots of seconds, 1/4, got thirds, then a fourth, 1 3 4. Here again, so it looks to me like we've got fourths reoccurring, 1 3 4. We've got fifths there, but we haven't got them in every single bar. Fourth is the recurring one. 1 3 4. Yeah. Let's just check that. 1 3 4. Fourth, yeah. Yeah, so the interval that we can keep finding is a perfect fourth. Just takes a bit of getting used to doing that quickly, so just take your time. The more you do these questions, the easier it becomes. Tick the box that describes what happens in bars 5 and 6. Now this is the one, so here bars 5 and 6, it doesn't look like anything's happening at all. However, if you just glance previously, we've got a crescendo marking, and so it starts in bar 4, but we've not been told that it cancels. And so the music is continuing to crescendo to this point in bar 7. So although it looks like there's nothing happening in bars 5 and 6, this crescendo is still active, and so it's getting louder. Some more observational skills here in this next one. What do you notice about bars 5 to 8 compared to bars 1 to 4? Now, helpfully, they're written directly under each other. And let's just look at the shape of it first before we look in detail. We can see the rhythms are exactly the same. You can see that directly mirrored underneath. So that's the first thing we can say. The rhythm is exactly the same. And now let's look a little bit more closely at that. We've got an F here, top F, we've got a low F here. And so there we can see we've got an E to an E, an F to an F, G, B, D. Everything is now an octave higher, we can see there. So we can say two things really. It's the same rhythm, but the pitch is an octave higher. There we go. There we go. So sometimes on these observational things, look generally to begin with, just look for a general overall shape. It was the same with the intervals, and then once you're getting an idea for something, you can then sort of zone in and look at it in a little bit more detail. Let's carry on to the next question. The music above is written for the violin. Name another instrument that belongs to the standard orchestral string family. So we know that other than the violin, you could choose to say viola, you could choose to say cello, or you could choose to say double bass. Either one of those would be acceptable. And then the last question asks us to copy out the first 3 bars, halving the time values. That's the important thing. And then dealing with the new rules for beaming the notes as appropriate to the new time signature. And so unfortunately we've got to go from the top of the page to the bottom of the page here. In the exam what happens is they'll give us the blank stave underneath to be a little bit more helpful. So I'm just going to get some bar lines and things mapped out first of all, and then we'll look at the actual thinking part of the question. So we know that we need the clef, the key signature. We'll leave the time signature for now, and then we need to make sure we've got room for 3 bars. So let's just sort of even that out. Just give ourselves 3 bars. And so let's just think about this at the moment. At the moment we've got 6 beats in a bar, and they are crotchet beats or quarter notes. And so to halve that, we know that we still keep 6 beats in a bar. That top number never changes, but instead of being quarter notes or crotchets, we're going to go to eighth notes or quavers. And so that helps us to find out that our new key signature, new time signature, sorry, is going to be 6/8. And so now I'm just going to copy the note heads. So I'm just literally going to copy these note heads first of all, and then I'm going to deal with the timing afterwards. So I'll just keep the page here, and I'm glancing to the top of the page. GBD. I know I'm getting that at the moment is a minim or a half note, but I know that that's going to need colouring in because we're halving everything, so I'm safe colouring that in. Be nearly there. Okay, so at the moment all of these, apart from this one, are crotchets or quarter notes, and so they're going to become quavers, they're going to be half notes, and then that one of course is going to have an extra beam on it. So I know really that I can just beam all of these together. Remember in 6/8 we're in groups of 3. However, that one's dotted with an extra beam, and so you can see we've gone from crotchets or quarter notes to quavers, and then here this one's become a semi-quaver or a 16th note. So I've put the dot and the extra beam, and so the same principle is going to occur here in this first group. So I know that I can group these together. I think you've got an equal choice. It could go stems up or stems down, because that one can go either way. That one's a stem up, that one's a stem down, so it's sort of an equal vote. I'm going to choose to have the stems up, I think. However, remember this one is dotted, and so we need an extra beam there. Now here we're just going to have to think a moment. At the moment that's a minim or a half note, and so that's going to become a crotchet or a quarter note, so that won't need beaming at all. And then this becomes a quaver or an eighth note, but that'll have to be on its own, like that. And then here, nice simple bar. Really all of these are going to become quavers or eighth notes, and so we'll group those in 3s, and the beams will deal with that for us. So stems coming down because we're above that middle line, and then just beam those together. There we go. There we go. So that's that one done. You can see how this grade 4 draws on quite a lot of information now. We've got 4 grades worth of information to be referring back to, so it draws into question all of grade 1, grade 2 and grade 3. I do hope that's been helpful to you. If you can give me a like, that'd be fab, and please subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more to come. And please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all the information there to help you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.